Hey guys, I'm Eric from Extreme Terrain. We're going to give you a quick review and install of this Red Rock 4x4 exhaust spacer kit fitting all 2012 to 2018 Jeep Wrangler JKs. Now these exhaust spacers, as you can see right here, are essential for the JK owner out there who's putting 2.5 inches or more of lift onto their Jeep. And the reason why that's essential is because your front drive shaft will droop down and make contact with the Y pipe on your exhaust, not only possibly damaging your exhaust, but also damaging the rubberized boot that is around the axle. Now these spacers will lower down the Y pipe to avoid making that contact with the drive shaft, which is a good thing to avoid any damages, and it's really essential if you're lifting your Jeep. Made from aluminized steel, this kit currently comes in right around $75. As far as the installation goes, it's pretty straightforward. We're going to show it to you here in a second. Give yourself about 2 hours time to get this job done, which I'm giving about 2 wrenches out of 3 on our difficulty meter. The reason why I'm giving it 2 out of 3 wrenches is because you might need to make some adjustments elsewhere in your exhaust system in order to create the space needed to get the spacer in between the flanges up here near your catalytic converters. So let's take a look at the couple tools you're going to need and go ahead with the installation. All right guys, tools you're going to see me using in this installation include an exhaust hanger removal tool, electric impact wrench, a pneumatic ratcheting wrench, a pair of 13mm sockets, a pair of extensions, 13mm ratcheting wrench, and a short pry bar. Now if you have a hanger removal tool, guys, go ahead and grab it right now. Otherwise you could probably get a pry bar up in here and pry this off, but we're going to undo this rubber isolator from the hanger here so that we have a little bit more play in the exhaust, because we're probably going to need to slide this back a little bit in order to get our new spacers in. All right guys, now you're looking at the passenger side exhaust here where it's coming down from our catalytic converter to our Y pipe. We're going to be removing these 2 bolts right here, and I would recommend dousing these with some PB Blaster or some other kind of penetrating oil if these have never been off or it's been a long time since these have been off before. You're going to need a 13mm socket for both of these, and I have an extension, a 12-inch extension here so we can clear our skid plate bar here. All right guys, now to go after this bolt up here, the top bolt on that flange, I've got a couple of extensions, a 13mm socket, and I've got it attached to my pneumatic wrench here. Coming in over the top of the exhaust pipe. All right guys, we're using a 13mm ratcheting wrench here. I'm able to back this out by hand. We take these exhausts on and off quite a bit here at Extreme Terrain, so we use anti-seize on here. Makes it a little bit easier to get them out. You might have a little bit more difficulty with yours, especially if this is the first time these have been removed since factory. All right guys, now we're back here on the passenger side. The 2 spacers in the kit, the longer one is the one that's going to go on over here. So now that we've loosened this up, should have enough room. Just like that. Now the part that kind of opens wide goes towards the engine. The part that curves around and gets narrow goes into the rear part of the pipe that goes out the back. Now over here on the driver's side, guys, this is actually the reverse of what we just did on the passenger side. The part of this flange that kind of opens up wide is going to be pointing towards the back of the Jeep, and this part that kind of gets narrow is going to fit into the pipe that goes up to the engine. So if you bring your exhaust down a little bit, I'm getting the rear end of the flange in, and then insert it into the front end of the pipe, and you kind of maneuver it into place just like that. Now we're going to get the bolts that come with the kit that are longer, and we're going to cinch these down. All right guys, now with one of the bolts and a washer from the kit, we get started up top here. Grab a second bolt, get that started in here. Now as we go to tighten these down, I recommend doing them a little bit at a time so that you're not cinching down one side more than the other. It's gonna cause an improper fitment and you might end up getting a leak here, or it's just gonna kind of come loose. So you wanna make sure you tighten them up evenly. All right guys, now for this shot, you may have noticed we readjusted our lift. I put the lift arm that was here over to here and got our Jeep back up in the air just so we have a little bit more working room in here. Now I'm back on the top bolt up there with a 13 mil socket. That's what you're gonna need to tighten down the bolts included in this kit. And I have a couple of extensions and a pneumatic wrench on this. All right, well, before we tighten that up any further, I'm gonna tighten up this other one here just so we can keep it even. All right guys, now we're gonna move over to the passenger side. All right guys, now back here on the passenger side, go ahead and grab the bolts out of your kit. We're gonna get them started. Make sure your sleeve is staying straight and lined up. You don't want it to kink, turn sideways. If it does that, you might get a leak in the exhaust up here, which we're trying to avoid. So now that you have the bolts started, I have an air ratchet here and a 13 mil socket. We're gonna tighten these up. You're gonna wanna tighten them evenly. You don't want like your bracket here to be kinked sideways because you tightened it way too much on one side and not enough on the other. Again, we're looking for a nice tight fit with our spacer. So I'm just gonna go back and forth a little bit, tightening a little bit at a time. All right, that wraps up this really quick look at these Red Rock 4x4 exhaust spacers for all 2012 to 2018 Jeep Wrangler JKs. And of course, for all things Wrangler, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.